Welcome, and follow me is an OUKITEL WP36, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the device itself. So, jumping straight into it, just pop it open. So, in the box, obviously we get a phone, our Type-C to Type-C charging cable, and an 18-watt charging brick. So, peeling off the protective layer right here. I assume there is one under it. Yep, there we go. So the device comes with a pre-applied screen protector, so that's pretty neat. And booting it up, we should be able to see the display in a second. So the bezels right here are pretty substantial, and another thing that pisses me off about devices that have been released this year, specifically in 2024, there's no effing reason for a device to have a notch on it when you have bezels that can accommodate my entire finger right here. Like, these are way too thick for you to have an excuse to put a freaking notch. No. Now, skipping over that, let's talk about the display, which the display right here is an IPS display, brightness of 400 nits. It's a 6.5-inch display running a resolution of 720p, or more precisely 720 by 1600. It boasts a 73.9% screen to body ratio, which is just pitiful, and a 269 pixels per inch with a front glass. Not sure what that was. Front glass being Cornell Gorilla Glass 5. Now, flipping it over to the back, we have some weirdness happening here. So we have a massive speaker right here. This is our speaker. And then we get a bunch of cameras on the sides. Now, looking at those, this just looks like a 2 megapixel dog shit right here, so probably won't need to count that in. So you have a 13 megapixel wide sensor, then we get a 2 megapixel macro, and then we get a nothing. So even worse, it looks like this is our main camera, the 13 megapixel, and one of these is a 2 megapixel, the other one is just fake, a prop, for no effing reason other than just to kind of scam you. I hate this kind of design. Just, it doesn't matter if you can see these, just put one 13 megapixel and cough. No one cares. Literally no one cares that you have put more cameras on the phone when they're just so dog shit like these ones are. Or they're not even cameras at this point. They're just literal aesthetics at this in this implementation right here. Now at the front, we have a 5 megapixel camera, and front and back, your maximum resolution and frame rate is 1080p 30 frames. Now if we move over to the internals, we have a... You can see this device is pretty chunky, so we have a 10,600 mAh battery, and it can charge at a pitiful 15 watts apparently on a cable. Considering this is a 33 watt charger, no, sorry, 18. So this is an 18 watt charger. This device charges at 15. So for a over 10,000 mAh battery, that is pretty slow. So be mindful, this device will be charged basically overnight, and probably some more after that. Now, outside of that, we also have 8 gigabytes of RAM. Don't be fooled by what's on the box, which is 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's bullshit. What you can kind of see if you read into it, it's 8 plus 8. Now, we all know how math works, but you know, when you have, for instance, you know, I just give you a good example. If you have 8 cookies and 8 sandwiches, you can't add those two together and say we have now 16 cookies. So that's just bullshit. Now the reason, the way this is kind of trying to be explained is 8 gigabytes is actual RAM, which RAM describes a specific storage type. And then 8 other gigs is from here, which is our storage. These are not the same. Just because I convert one to another doesn't make it automatically RAM, it just makes it bullshit. So yeah. Now, continuing on, let me just quickly close the door. There we go. So continuing on, the device is... I just hate kind of phones that try to scam. Now, most of these things might not be necessarily like super scam, but when I see fake cameras, when I see 8 plus 8 gigs of RAM that they're trying to sell as 16 gigs, it just leaves a sour taste when looking at a phone like that, because you don't know what other bullshit they're trying to hide internally that you can't see, that you can't check. And I absolutely despise this, and I don't recommend ever just going for phones like that just can't be honest of what shit they're selling. And yeah, this is one of those examples. Now, that being said, looking at it from a more objective standpoint, this device does kind of cater to a very specific crowd of people that need a phone that can probably output some serious sound on it. And other than that, it's rugged with a big battery. Here we go. Now, when it comes down to rugged devices, they all try to offer something specific. So apart from being rugged, they usually offer something like night vision cameras or night vision, heat ones, maybe some LiDAR, or maybe measuring tool to help you like measure footage, or not footage, but like distances between things. And most of those rugged devices that have some kind of utility to them do have big batteries. So it's really a matter of what kind of device you need. When it comes down to this one seems to have only one thing going for it, which is biggest speaker, and that's about it. So not a standout feature when all the other phones come with a speaker. Probably not as loud as this one, but I can probably bet that the one that is here isn't too great. So with that being said, if you can find a device that has pretty good speakers that isn't this one, I would probably recommend going for that, because it might have other tools, other like stuff crammed into the phone that will help you with some other things outside of just being loud and obnoxious. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.